Hey y'all. How y'all doing? It's 2024. Can y'all believe that? Sorry. I'm still in shock. But, yeah, it's 2024. Happy New Year's. Happy holidays. I hope your holidays were lit. As lit as mine. I really hope that for you. But, yeah. Welcome to 2024. We're still here, you guys. Welcome back to the Life of Lex. Let me tell y'all, I have been wanting to change the concept, the format, just trying to figure out what can I change about my podcast to put me in a better direction. And I still haven't come up with that answer, but I don't know. I don't know what it is about this, but it's helping me. And I had to get back to it because I was like, as much stressing as I'm doing about how can I, change the podcast, come up with a new podcast. What could I come up with? Who can be my co-star? What can I do? I can just keep doing what I do on my podcast, The Life of Lex, because I am big legs, not the little one. And yeah, just keep doing what I do until something else comes up, until something changes. But as of right now, I don't have any changes other than I found a little connector part to my mic stand so I can connect it to a table now. And if it was a snake, it would have bit me, meaning that it was in plain sight, y'all. Not plain sight, but all I had to do was just lift up one little thing and boom, there it was. But here we are. And I got this little doohickey to hold my phone up, so now we're charging my phone and doing video. And I never thought of myself as, picture ready, camera ready, Some people are just photogenic. I never thought of myself as a photogenic person. And that's okay, because I don't care if you think I'm photogenic. I don't care if you think I'm pretty, if you think I'm ugly. I think I'm the bomb.com. I think I am 10 out of 10. Really a 1,000 out of 10. But if we're keeping it on a level playing field, I'm a 10 out of 10, And I'm the baddest in the room at any given time. So whether or not I'm photogenic, don't care. Maybe I can move this out of the way. I always thought I had the smallest lips. And it used to bug me that I had small lips. And so I didn't like my smile because, when I smile full teeth, my top lip disappears. So when I would take selfies or pictures, whatever, I do duck lips because it was in style. Duck lips was in style in 2012, 2011, 2013, and up. And I would just do a little kissy lips. Not duck lips, because duck lips was more like pouting your lips out, I think. But just a little kissy lip, just, And that's how I took my pictures. Until I realized I have a pretty smile. I have a beautiful smile. And I started smiling more. Full teeth, because I have pretty teeth. I need to go to the dentist, but I have pretty teeth. So why not celebrate the things that I know I have instead of just worrying about what I lack compared to others? Because obviously compared to others, I'm not going to be as beautiful or have a straight teeth or whatever. But I'm beautiful in every way that I was made, so yay for me. So if you're watching a video and you're wondering what's in this cup, you thought I was going to tell you first, huh? Nope, I had to text it first, but it's Kool-Aid. Because I've been mixing flavors, and so I think this is regular cherry and black cherry. And it looks really, really funny, so I had to put some ice in it to make it look even more funny. Because it's like a really good Halloween punch. Flavor, color, hue. Because it turns the ice red. So it'll be a good little vampire's blood punch, you know? Anyways. What's been going on in my life? A lot of stress. A lot of stress. And I feel like it's not fair for me to just unload my stress onto you guys. So I'm going to spare you all of the boring details. But just know I've been stressed. Because my life is like anybody else's. I have things to worry about. I have things that, concern me. So I can either sit and worry about it or do something about it. And in this situation, I couldn't really do much but sit and worry about it. Which, in turn, was a form of me neglecting my priorities, my necessities. What do I need to be doing with my life to make sure that I am not put in the same position to be worried about this thing for my own self, or have anybody worrying about me like this, if that makes any sense. But I just don't like seeing people hurt. Don't like seeing people struggle. It's not mine. It doesn't make me happy. It makes me very, very sad. Like, I'm an empath. I used to be a really big empath. I would take on, whatever somebody else was feeling. Like, let's say I'm having a good day and I run into you and you're like, oh, I'm having a bad day. This happened. I'm like, oh, well, now I'm feeding into your sadness. And then in turn, or your anger, and making my day bad in turn. Because we've just sat here and just talked about your problems and my problems and problems. When life isn't just about our problems. It's about much more than that. It's about joy. It's about happiness. It's about peace. It's about moments to remember, good memories. I'd rather have more good memories than bad of somebody. And so it's just a matter of mind games. Because at some point, I have to just tell myself, you know what, I can only control the things that I can control. Whatever else, I have to put in God's hand. Say, you know what, take care of it. I can't do it. And then move on. Easy, right? But if you would have told me that 2 or 3 days ago, I would have been like, are you sure it's all it takes? Because I'm not convinced. But anyhow, I have been journaling more frequently, more consistently in this new year because I understand it is important. And I learned things about myself, like my dreams, for instance. I had this really crazy dream one time, and I wrote it down. So I like y'all, so I feel like I can tell it to y'all. Said the trash man coming this late? That ain't none of my business. But the other day, I turned to like that journal entry in my journal right away, which I usually never do. I usually have to look for it and search and search and search. This day, the other day, turned right through it. So it was a very strange thing. The dream started off that I was staying at, like, okay, in my dreams, I just go by what I'm feeling, what my thoughts are in my dreams, which are sometimes confusing, to say the least. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but this is what I remember in a dream. And you see how I'm still searching for this journal entry. And like I said the other day, I turned straight to it, and it just made so much sense that day. So in this dream, I went to go stay with a relative, right? Okay. So I'm gonna read it. And I didn't put a date on it. I don't like that. So it says, I had a strange dream. I went to stay with a family member until I got my shit together. But the family member was Jenny Rivera. So Jenny put my ass out, gangster style. I packed up my car and left. I stopped somewhere because Maya Angelou was talking on the microphone on the roof of a building. I kept asking, why is Maya Angelou on the roof? So I get to Manchester, and there's a fair going on, but there's also one in Hamilton, but it's supposed to rain. I stopped somewhere else, and it's pouring raining, and a group of young black men. That's not what I wrote, but I just had to get it out. Anyways, young black man was on the top of a Domino's pizza on the roof. I kept asking myself, why are there niggas on the roof? I was in a car full of non-blacks and had to watch how often I said niggas. Why did Jenny kick my ass out in the rain? I asked for forgiveness, but she had already forgiven me. She wanted me to do better. My room was a mess, and I'd only been there a little while. I had to be pushed out in order to see Maya Angelou on the roof. I kept seeing her stumble, but she kept moving. She kept talking. I remember leaving Jenny's house to throw out some trash, and I ran into a girl with dark brown hair that decided to come with me. We saw Maya Angelou on the roof from a plane, and I kept asking the girl, why was she on the roof in the rain? We get to Manchester in the fair, and my friend offered to go to the fair, the other fair, but it would be raining. On the way there, we stopped, and there were people all around looking and dancing with the group of young black men dancing on the roof. I started recording them, and while I was posting it, I felt as if somebody would be mad if I said the wrong thing. Felt like this girl was reading over my shoulder, so I turned my phone and complimented her hair. So, yeah, the stream was very crazy. So, basically, usually when something's so prevalent in your life, it tends to show up in your dreams. Like, that's just simple science. So, at the time, I was deep in my learning about Jenny Rivera bag. And she showed up in my dreams. So I was staying at her house, and she was like, "Girl, you gotta go. Like, you're not cleaning up. Room's a mess. Like, no." And she was just like, You gotta go. And I was just like, well, damn. It's raining. And so she kicked me out. I ran to this girl outside at the dumpster, and girl was like kind of in the same situation. I was just like, well, I'm finna put my stuff in my car. You're more than welcome to come with me. And she was like, okay, cool. Bet. And somehow we get on a plane. And as we're in the plane, we're riding by, like, I guess this very tall place with a very tall roof. And Maya Angelou is on the roof with a microphone. And it's like a small area. So if she steps, too big, she's falling. And it's raining. And she's on the roof. And she's Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou, when she died, she was like pretty old, I'm pretty sure. But yeah. And that was very weird to me because I'm not a Maya Angelou fan. I'm not someone who just regularly knows her work, knows her sayings, knows her, her spiel. I don't know that much about her. So it was confusing to me as to why she was in my dream. But moral of this whole story about the dream is that when I turned to it, and I was reading the part about the young black men on the roof, I thought about this Bible verse in Proverbs about how a man would be better off on the roof than being in a house with a contentious woman. And in the dream, the men were on the roof dancing to whatever that song by. So I think it was like, these niggas love these bitches love salsa. Yeah, they was up there doing a little salsa dance. And the women were in the house. Well, not in the house, but in the restaurant. They were all like, it's just mad and whatever. I was like, huh. It's interesting. And so I've been like going on this spiel about going through my dreams and making sure I can remember them and write them down and document them, because eventually one day they'll come to me and I'll realize what they were meaning. Because at that time in my life when I had the dream, I was probably the contentious woman that they was talking about in the Bible. Just making things difficult, making things worse. And the man I was with was better off staying on the roof than being in the house with my crazy ass. Well, that's at least how he explained it. So, yeah. I have dreams where people from the dead visit occasionally. It's weird. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. I'm just bored enough to sit here and tell you all about my dreams. And that was just one of, the dreams that I've remembered. I wrote it down. And it stuck out to me because on this time I was thinking it was important about, I need to get my shit together when I need to get my shit together because I was a contentious woman. That's no fun. So I don't want to be just difficult. I don't want to be hard to work with. I don't want to make people's day worse than what it is. That's why I tell y'all, like, whatever you do, don't go fucking up nobody else's day. That's not, it's not befitting of you, friend. You're better than that. I believe you are. So yeah. I was also writing down in my journal today that people, like adults who make bad decisions, or just hurt children. Because at some point in your childhood, somebody hurt you, it scarred the shit out of you. And then you just couldn't get back right. At least for me, it happened like that. I was hurt. And it scarred me. It gave me insecurity. And, like, because, okay, most children who grow up to have, like, a lot of mental health problems, a lot of stress, anxiety, childhood trauma, I'll say, it's because they had a need that needed to be met as a child, like just a basic need of life that was not met. And so they had to live their lives since that point where that need wasn't met and try to find any which way to fill that need. Because mine was like security in my own home. Like, I guess, I don't know how to explain it, but what happened was, I guess, better way to say this, abandonment issues. That's what I had. And I had an issue of being left in the care of somebody who didn't care for me genuinely, or if I didn't agree with how they cared for their loved ones. And so that was a problem for me. So, like, if you pawn me off on somebody and I didn't like how they ran their operation in their home, I just feel like you just said, bump me, you didn't care about me. Go get me. Like, go get me. And as I got older, realizing that, you know, can't nobody just gonna get me. I gotta go somewhere. And so that's where that comes from, is what I'm understanding. Because it went from fight to flight. And now I'm always feeling like I need to just run away. Like, pack up and go to Puerto Rico and start a new life there. When I don't think it's supposed to work like that. Nor should it have to. I shouldn't have to run away from my life. I should be able to just enjoy my life. Take my life with me. Have it change. Not like, I don't want to go somewhere pretending like my whole life didn't exist. People are just meeting the shell of me, not the inside of me. I want to be as authentic and as open and as me as I can be wherever I go. Like, I gotta take me with me. And I gotta be okay with me in order to take me with me. I think that's how that's supposed to work. So, while I work on that, sorry, I realized that all good podcasts have commercial breaks, and I never really put commercial breaks in my podcast, but that was one. Anyways, love, peace, and chicken grease, y'all. And like I said, don't go fucking up nobody's day. Bye.